guys, to continue Frybruary, today we're going to do funnel cakes. So for this dish, I need a larger surface area, but I still need it deep enough to actually fry the dough that's sitting underneath the surface of the oil without it touching the bottom of the pan. So this one I'm going to fill probably about 2 inches full, or basically most of the way with a little space at the top for bubbling. And then I'm going to turn my burner on to about 6 out of 10. So for my batter, I'm going to start off with my dry goods. And I'm going to need 1.5 cups of a 1-to-1 flour blend with xanthan gum, plus 1 cup of a high protein all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of regular table salt. You don't want to use kosher or sea salt with a larger grain because there's going to be a different number of grains of salt because they're larger. So stick with table salt on this one. And whisk to combine and break up any lumps. For wet ingredients, I'm going to start off with 1.5 cups of milk. And I want to get it eye level to measure because I want to see exactly where the line is. 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2 eggs, remembering to crack on a flat surface. And then whisk until the eggs are beaten thoroughly. Now I'm going to add wet to dry and mix to combine thoroughly. And you want to get your batter as smooth as possible. This should not look like pancake batter where you can leave lumps in. You want to make sure that it is uniform when it goes into the oil. Traditionally, this is called funnel cake because the batter would be poured through a funnel into the hot oil to fry. Instead, I'm going to use this squeeze bottle, and I've cut the tip off to widen the spout here. And to help this batter get through the funnel, I'm going to use a straw and just poke through to the other side. So I have my hot pan of oil. It is shimmering on top, which means it is very hot. Plus, if I wave my hand over it, then I can feel the radiant heat. So I think that's about perfect. According to my carny friend, you do want the oil to be ripping hot for funnel cake. And I think that's probably just to set the dough within the first couple seconds in the oil, and then you can move on to the next one. And then I've got my drying station here, so when the funnel cakes come out, then they can hang out over there and drain away any extra oil. So, I have my ring, I have my tongs, and what I'm going to do, since I'm right-handed, is hold this in place with my left hand and drop the batter with my right. There we go. So I'm going to dress one of these up for some pictures and record my tasting segment. So I already made one pretty for my photos, but that plate's messy now, so I'm just gonna pop some powdered sugar on here and go with a quick crosshatch of chocolate syrup. And of course, this is the traditional fair version. If you want to make it fancy with fruit toppings or different types of syrups, then you could also do that. As you can hear, it already sounds crispy. Guys, the fair was in town last week, and I was like, oh, fair food, I miss you. And now I can make it at home. As you can see, it's delicious. and addictive. So I'm going to finish this off and go make a second one for dessert. I hope you guys enjoy making funnel cakes at home. It's a little bit of extra work just because of how thick the batter is, but it is well worth it. I'll see you guys next time on the Deglutenizer.